Today it's Cathay Pacific and its latest exclusive and elusive Aria Suite. I reviewed Cathay's 777 long haul recently, a very solid experience, but you could see that the cabin was showing its age. Since then I was hunting for Cathay's new top-of-the-range product Aria Suite. Aria was launched in late 24 only on 777 fleet, and a year later just 10 planes were retrofitted out of more than 100 strong Cathay's wide-body fleet. Still a very exclusive product, and I'm excited to test it on this Hong Kong to Shanghai flight. Let's do it together and let me know in comments what you think about Cathay's top business product. The Cathay experience in Hong Kong starts with its lounges, which are truly among the world's best. I'm heading to the Bridge Lounge, which sits at the very end of the terminal. The lounge has two main areas. The one to the left is more of a dining area, while the one to the right has more of a bar feeling. Whether you head left or right, the experience is perfect. The lounge has a great stylish design which is both modern and traditional, with strong Hong Kong themes. But the first thing I want to check is not the food or drinks, but the showers. Hong Kong is a long-haul hub, and if there is one thing that you need more than a coffee after a long flight, it's the shower. At this point, it's not luxury, but basic human recovery. I can tell only one thing: fantastic! You feel very much like you're in the bathroom of a 5-star hotel suite. This is something that aviation reviewers say a lot, but there it's actually accurate. Everything is new, elegant and shiny clean. The shower room is fully stocked with all possible amenities, starting from shampoo, conditioner and body wash, to towels, hair dryer, dental kit and few other small things that could come in handy during a layover. The amenities come from Bamford, the same brand Cathay uses on board in their kits. I can't help to compare it with Lufthansa showers and their Munich lounge, which in comparison to Cathay feels like a roadside motel. Here it's 5 stars and as good as it possibly gets. Back to the dining area, there are both Asian and European sections here, the latter being very much on the Italian side. I get a mini panini with a few slices of prosciutto and some fruits, all small and amazingly tasty. Then I move to the bar side. It's much quieter here and it got a full service bar where you can get yourself anything from a coffee to a cocktail. All in all, an amazing experience. Make sure you plan enough time at the airport to experience this lounge. The lounge was great, but I'm still here for the flight, otherwise this would turn into a lounge review with the plane attached. I'm very anxious to finally see the famous Aria product, and here we are. The plane is at the gate already. My today's flight is on Cathay's Boeing 777-300ER with 45 Aria Suites in business. I'm stepping inside the cabin and I love it from the first glance. I know it's dangerous as first impressions often tend to be opinionated, but I can't resist Aria Suite charm. As the name suggests, it's a suite with a retractable door and a reverse herringbone setup, which gives a direct aisle access for all seats. The seats come from Collins Aerospace. Cathay is using their Elements model as a base, but it's heavily reworked and customized for Cathay. The airline's customer experience team has worked with Collins to redevelop literally every surface and aesthetic detail to Cathay specification. The outcome is truly spectacular. You see and feel premiumness in every single thing. Even the surfaces you normally don't touch feel like they were designed to look and feel premium anyway. There is lots of leather, high-quality textile, and even plastic surfaces feel absolutely great. Look at those walls upholstered in this suede-like material. It feels so soft and pleasant, immediately giving you a sense of luxurious hotel suite in disguise. The marble and wood-looking finishes look absolutely natural and complement the sophisticated look of the suite. And of course, you can't miss the massive 24-inch 4K ultra-high-definition display, which is the largest display you can get today in any business class. I reviewed Iberia's next business class cabin recently, and Aria is exactly the opposite. Not an off-the-shelf basic product used by Iberia, but a truly bespoke design. Same goal for both airlines to upgrade the business product, but completely different philosophy, and definitely different outcomes. The suite is not very big by itself. Qatar Qsuite is probably a little more spacious, but it feels very cozy and perfectly adequate. The main covering of the seat is a natural wool fabric, chosen for its breathability and versatility both when seated and when converted into a bed. The large headrest is soft natural premium leather, bringing a very luxurious texture. When converted into a bed, the seat gives you 79 inches or 200 centimeters of length, which is same or slightly better than on Qatar or Singapore suites. Where it exceeds is actually the width, 26 inches or 66 centimeters, which is apparently the widest bed in suite-style cabins today. Comparisons of all those centimeters may sound ridiculous until you are trying to sleep during 15-hour-long flight at 35,000 feet. There are some green touches in the cabin as a kind of homage to Cathay's white and green identity, but overall the cabin has moved away from Cathay's signature green to more neutral and warm colors, a mix of sand, cream, taupe and sage, creating a very much quiet luxury feeling, an interesting contrast with the in-your-face luxury of Emirates. The suite also has a full-size retractable door, locked on the ground and during takeoff and landing. It's covered in the same suede-like soft premium material and gives you pretty much full privacy when in the air. Truly best-in-class execution, well done Cathay. From style, let's move now to functionality. So what do we have here? There is a storage compartment, rather small to be fair, with a handy vanity mirror on the side, and as expected, I find the headphones and a bottle of water inside. Let's explore those headphones further, as this is something you use a lot on a long-haul flight. This pair is unbranded but looks quite good, actually the same headphones as in their older business product. They are not bad at all and offer very good noise cancellation, but I still kind of expected a pair of Bose or Denon for this brand new cabin. The in-seat controls are fully digital, all on a nice sensor panel. It's a fully functional panel where you can select all the options for the comfort of the suite, from seat position to lighting. All the power outlets are also right in front of you, 3 USB ports, both Type A and Type C, as well as a universal power outlet. For sure, no devices will run out of juice on this flight. The cabin has many smart solutions, like this sliding panel that uncovers a small storage area, good for a smartphone, or this folding table which slides in and out from beneath the monitor. It's easy to position, very sturdy, and gives you the versatility to use it equally comfortably for both laptop work and dining. Like everything else, it has a dark wood grain look, matching the sophistication of the rest of the cabin. There is another storage area below with a pair of nice slippers. With some luck, you could also try to fit your shoes in there, though real-world testing experience may vary. The footwell is the weak spot of all reverse herringbone design cabins. Your legs often feel trapped in that tunnel. Cathay didn't manage to resolve it completely, but they still made it a bit taller, and it does bring a meaningful difference. It's still a tunnel, just a slightly more forgiving one. And of course, the in-flight entertainment system. At the heart of it is that massive 24-inch 4K monitor, which is incredibly crisp and bright. It's time for the in-flight safety video, and you get an almost cinematic experience with vivid colors and a widescreen format. It's pretty good video too, you can definitely sense the Hong Kong identity which Cathay is so proud of. Good job on converting this boring piece of mandatory information into a little advertisement for the city. The content selection is excellent and the screen is amazingly responsive, something that older Cathay cabins had a bit of a problem with. The remote control for the in-flight entertainment system looks like a design element on its own, perfectly blending into the design of the suite. It looks so good you almost hesitate before touching it. It's a new generation control with all the buttons left in the past. Just a perfectly responsive touchscreen with a very intuitive menu, where you can both control the main screen and display content on the remote itself. It's a rather short 2.5-hour flight, so no amenity bag, but otherwise the full service is there, in line with the new Aria product, which is both a hard and soft product refresh for Cathay. We are served pre-flight champagne. Cheers to a good flight and hopefully great experience. And with that, I switch my attention to the menu. The menu for our flight is done in collaboration with the Michelin-starred Doodles restaurant from Hong Kong, where a typical dinner check would set you back north of €300 per person. Let's see what Cathay will treat us with. The menu is a fusion mix of Western and Asian cuisines, a very characteristic feature of Cathay in general. There is one starter, but a choice of 3 mains: braised beef ribs, lamb shoulder, and a duck in a fermented rice sauce. After the meal, we should also get an ice cream. The duck is advertised in the menu insert. It's a special item representing Jiangsu cuisine, originating from the namesake province north of Shanghai. This attracts my curiosity and makes the choice easier. I go for the duck. On the wine list we have Piper Heidsieck Champagne. Not something extraordinary, but a solid if standard choice for an aperitif. Then we have one white, Chateau d'Arc Blanc, good but rather simple, and 2 reds, a Medoc from Chateau Vieux-Robin, an entry-level Cru Bourgeois wine, and a Chinese Malbec, which turns out to be most expensive, at about $50 per bottle, though I am still not convinced it's worth its price. All in all, it's fine, but except for the exotic Chinese Malbec, I would not call it outstanding. It just feels a bit cautious for a cabin this confident. Now I'm curious if the Aria menu for long haul would be any different. The liquor's choice is quite standard, but there is a promise of good coffee from Ely and a selection of teas from Jing, a London-based boutique tea house servicing luxury hotels and Michelin restaurants. Choices are done and we are ready for takeoff. I am in the aisle seat today, which is a pity as the takeoff from Hong Kong is extremely picturesque, but when I booked the flight, all window seats were already taken. But I find another form of entertainment. With the cabin upgrade, Cathay also upgraded the flight cameras, and they give you a very cool experience, which can easily be confused with playing a flight simulator game. The quality of the picture is amazing, and I could pretty much experience the same view as pilots would get from their cockpit. I'm playing with the cameras and no longer missing the window view. It's a short flight, so the crew is not losing any time serving the meal. It's still a light version of Cathay's food service, so the starter is fairly simple and both the starter and main course are served at the same time on the same tray. It may feel a bit like a compromise, but you need to keep in mind that this is essentially a short-haul flight, and in Europe you would get a salad or a sandwich. Let's have a closer look. For the starter we get Parma ham with Kalamata olives, marinated bell peppers and cherry tomatoes. The fancy Jiangsu duck is served as a main course. Braised duck with fermented rice sauce, stir-fried baby lotus roots and steamed jasmine rice. There is also garlic bread and butter to accompany the starter. An interesting mix of East and West in the same meal, very characteristic of Cathay. The starter is good and tasty, but maybe not very special. But the duck is truly delicious. It's a very interesting combination of juicy, slow-cooked, tender duck and crunchy yet tender lotus roots, with aromatic, fragrant rice balancing the bold taste of the duck and sauce. It's deliciously perfect and above anything I have tried on short-haul business class in Europe or the US. Häagen-Dazs ice cream is served right after the meal. I pick my favorite, cookies and cream. The only complaint is that it was so heavily frozen I couldn't scoop it even with a metal spoon and need to let it sit for about 5 minutes to make it scoopable, which became a surprisingly intense waiting game. And of course the tea. I go for Japanese green and for sure you would not confuse this with a Lipton tea bag. An elegant cup helps to elevate the experience too. Excellent meal, excellent, well done Cathay. The only thing left to check is the lavatory. Most often they are all the same and very functional if not boring, but Cathay delivers above expectations here as well. Spacious, modern, luxurious design, lots of mirrors, perfectly clean, and with the same focus on materials quality as the rest of the cabin. Well done Cathay, nothing to comment on, even if I wanted to find a flaw, and trust me, I did look. With all the things to check and play around with, the flight goes really quickly and we are landing at Shanghai Pudong Airport. I'm switching to the camera view again, alternating between top and bottom views, which gives a really cool experience. Time to make conclusions. Often it's not a simple task, as you have to balance hits and misses and consider what counts more. But here my vote is unanimous. It's an amazing experience, and while I'm often stingy about praise, here I confidently give Cathay 5 out of 5 for their Aria Suite 777 business class product. They got it all right. From the classic Hong Kong lounge to the new luxurious suite seat, delicious food and friendly attentive service. There could be few more touches, like branded headphones or slightly more premium wine list, but those are minor things and my overall experience was amazing. I fully recommend Cathay's new product and see it as being on par with Qatar Qsuite, which was the best business class product so far from my perspective. Now there are 2 of them, and I'm very much looking forward to testing the Aria product on a longer flight in a couple of months.